Rabbil Alameen is most Rahman and Rahim. And when I say this, He is even Rahman and Rahim. So even the transgressors that walk this earth, I have a public announcement to make. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, take 2 witnesses from amongst women, take 2 testimonies from women and 1 from man. Verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is expert and wise when He did that. Because a woman, most of the time, she thinks from her heart, and the hearts are blind. A lot of the times, women themselves, majority, are impatient. They are impatient. And there is a mist of things as to the reason why I'm also bringing this up, because at the same time as I wanted to make a public apology for a person in particular, I verily wanted to say this because that's exactly what came to my mind at the same exact time. Subhanallah for Allah's expertise in the Quran when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, take 2 women as witnesses. I have had a lot of wrong done unto me in multitudes. From one person in particular. And let's just say that person did 100 wrongs onto me. It should never be that even 1 wrong from me unknowingly, impatiently be done on to the other person. For everything that I'm going through, I'm having to sell all of my belongings, my childhood, everything. Because of that individual, and they say it's true when they say that it's not 1 hand that claps, it's 2. But more than that, a lot of the other times, majority of the times, in order for 2 people to clap for something, there has to be some sort of presentation. And that presentation comes from other people, because you're a part of that audience. Rarely I had my marriage disrupted, of course, by shaitan. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. Don't let you and your wife be outcasted, because it will make both of you sad. So the followers of shaitan, whom caused so much harm upon our marriage, they already did their work. The damage has already been done. And on top of that, I had to sell most of my belongings, majority of it. It's gone, sold. Shaitan comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Verily, a lot of my things were missing, because those are missing. Allahu A'lam for the rest. But to one particular person, because they've done 100 wrongs, you would immediately think that because they did 100 wrongs, that the 101st time that something was stolen or went wrong was because of that individual. And it's because they also went ahead and did the same unto you in multitudes of times. You yourself would immediately come to assessment that it was them that did it. But it doesn't matter if it's the 101st time, because maybe that person didn't do it, or at least entirely didn't do it. With that being said, astaghfirullah for my testimony. That person didn't take that 101th item, didn't take that. Maybe would have taken other things in the process, or tried to hold it back so I wouldn't retrieve my own belongings, because that's where it was going. I wasn't able to even retrieve my own belongings. I had to fight for me to come back. I had to fight for me to retrieve my own belongings, which I still had to sell, and I'm left with nothing. When they say it's hard to be a believer, you'll be tested with a loss of property, loss of wealth, loss of family, loss of this, loss of that. It's true. It's true. Astaghfirullah and alhamdulillah both. Astaghfirullah wa astaghfirullah and alhamdulillah both. I found a bag of my jewelry, yet I did not find the rest in the boxes. And I won't even complain about what else is missing, what else I had to sell. Because none of this mattered to me at all. What mattered to me was that one person. And I just wanted to come out and I wanted to say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala delivered the Israelis out of Egypt. But they were wrong too when they complained unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they were not near to doing it. And Firaun, he did the worst thing of all, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hates the most: idolatry and shirk. But yet Allah gave him 9 chances to return. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most Rahman, most Rahim. He gives an invitation to everyone to turn. We ourselves are zalimeen. We ourselves are zalimeen. Our hearts are wicked and we don't even know how. It is when we're not patient. It is when we don't have instruction, when we don't read, when we don't know what to do, and we go about it thinking we know what to do. My brothers and sisters, those of you who have children, teach your children according to the way of Allah. Teach them the doings of the Anbiyas. Relate your lives to the words in the Quran, and verily you will see the truth, and your life will start to have light upon light in it. Astaghfirullah for the woman. And inshallah, whatever happens, happens truly for the most perfect of all reasons. Maybe it is so that neither did he deserve me, nor did I deserve him. I tried though, and I know Allah saw, and I know Allah had shown. But I was giving up the fight to be good and to stay good. It was becoming too hard, and I still stayed good. This was the second time in my life August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 8 months all over again. And I'm all alone. And he did this to me once before. What wrong did I commit but want to love someone so sincerely? Just think good and be with them and assert the reminder of the deen to them. And I will cover their faults. Because I am Zalimeen. Zalimeen. At times when my heart gets to me in the speech, retaliation. Because after 1,000th time, I don't take oppression. And I fight because fighting is prescribed on me. Whether you call it defense or you call it the haqq from Allah. Through speech, not through the hands. And even then, because we are living in the Akhirul Zamana, sisters and brothers, just stay silent and seek refuge with Allah. What are we going to do with this? We're not taking anything to our grave. Only our deeds, our salah, the people we fed, as in the poor that we fed, the indigent, and the third, if we had slandered or backbit or any of these sorts of behaviors, and these 3 things are the things we will be entering Jahannam for. Number 1 being missing salah, giving the right to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, having created us and obeying Him in what He wanted us to do. The second, the right to those who have a right over us and what we have received from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the poor and the indigent. And the third, being the right to be good and kind and loyal amongst our brothers and sisters of the dunya. in the previous incident, just because a man had spoken to me and wanted to marry me, I flogged myself 101 times. And then I remembered another two who wanted to marry me and came across me. A grandson of a banker who tried to stop the whole entire 2 gates just to want to get my attention to speak to me. And we spoke about Deen. But regardless to it all, I had come back from Umrah. And I did not commit adultery. But I was not hidden in a pavilion or hidden from them. And because of this, coming back from Umrah and having even them to look at me in that manner, I was in the niqab and burqa when I came back, and I wanted to be in that manner, but they refused to let me stay and pray in this home. They didn't want me in this home. In the most disgusting and defiling of ways, they wanted to take me out. They told me, if I kick you out of the house, then you will be on the street and you'll commit suicide. This is what they told me. They wanted me to die, and they still want me to die every moment of the way. I didn't think so. I didn't think his heart was like that, and I still don't think his heart is like that. It's just something beyond our understanding is going on. And of a person like me with so much iman, and all I can think about is Allah, and wanting to turn to Allah and doing the things that I'm doing with Salah, with Quran, with Injil. And even for me, it is so hard to fight the sihr upon me. It's already taken my marriage, but the rest is still upon me, and it's so hard to fight it. It cannot destroy me, because Allah will not allow it to destroy me. That's why I'm still alive. But it is something I have to deal with every day, every moment. And while they think it's terrible, it's keeping me close to my Lord. It's keeping me near to Him. Verily, even the evil of people is not only testing me, but it's keeping me near to Allah. But for my poor beloved, for him, he is lost. For him, he is gumrah. Confused amongst the two that he's living with. Confused. And a person who has no one to remind him to come to Allah and seek protection, rather forget about the reminder. A person who does not have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can verily not fight the type of sihr that's being done upon him and that's being done upon me. It is hard, it is difficult, I know, and I'm fighting, and I have to till the day that I die. I have to keep praying and keep turning to Allah, no matter what happens. Let it be that it's the worst thing, but it became the best thing of my life. And for you, it should have been the same. Do you want to know why? I will tell you. My beloved, this is the greatest battle you've ever had to do or live with. Because if you don't fight this battle, and you don't fight against this head being done upon you, you will let these people whom have done it upon us be the people that lead you and influence you into Jahannam for eternity, and never will you be able to turn. So if I have even 1% chance to fight, I will take that 1% chance, knowing that, you know what, even if I have 1,000,001 things and reasons to believe that maybe I won't make it to heaven where Allah is, even having one opportunity to do so, to think that maybe I will, is better than 1,000,000 reasons why I may not have forgiveness from Rabbil Alameen, even that one chance I have. And so, my beloved, I tell you the same. Take that one chance. Even if you think you can't, take that one chance and try and try and try for yourself. No love, no money, no vanity. No one, nobody is worth Akhirah. Nothing in Jahannam. Nothing. Shukran, alhamdulillah. Anytime I hear azan, it's like almost like Allah is confirming it. Confirming what I say. Allahu Akbar. Maghribi ya Mashriki, Maghribi ya Mashriki, Maghrib, Maghribi ya Mashriki, Rabbil Maghribi, Abi Maghrib ki namaz. Oh my beloved, forgive me, please. You don't talk to me, but I talk to you every moment I'm allowed to speak to you. And I miss you. And I love you. And I'll always love you. And no matter how much I think I won't miss you, I'll always miss you. You were my spouse. My one, my only, my one and only. May Allah forgive you. And most importantly, may Allah forgive me. May 1,000,001 salahs and 1,000,000,000,000 salahs go to Rabbil Alameen for the imperfect nature of me, من المسلمين. جزاك الله خير.